wait for people to get in here. What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I am down here in Arkansas, hanging out, and got loaded yesterday. It's supposed to be a quick, easy load. They loaded. It took them 2.5 hours to get loaded, or to load the trailer. But they loaded all the weight on the front of the trailer, so I had to basically go back to another dock and get them to spread it all out. And then now I'm sitting here at Coca-Cola. Figured I'd go live chat with you guys for a little bit until I wait for them to call me. The way the guard was talking, it could be a while, so just hang out. Maybe show you the bunk heater that I installed. And yeah, what's going on? Reserved town, Ohio. Man, at least it's nice today. It's not freezing cold, it's not too hot. Jeez. What's going on, Kenneth? Just hanging out at the dreaded, let's see, what is this? When I get a text message or something. Dreaded Coca-Cola, which is always fun, right? The new transmission, man, it's good. I don't have any issues with it. Shifts smooth. I hardly ever go to 13th because that's just such a high range. Not ever going that high. But what's going on, Rat Man? How's the Texas weather treating you? Coca-Cola's the devil. Yeah, we won't get into the politics of it. I didn't know this was a Coca-Cola load. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken it. But I just knew it was like 2,000 on like 300 something miles. Nice short load, but it is what it is. It's all good. We'll deal with it. Hopefully everything's all right at the doctor's. But, so yeah, just hanging out. I figured I'd show you guys the bunk heater, and just go from there. Because I bought the like $200, or it was like $165 off of Amazon, little bunk heater, kind of like the, what is it, Webasto or S-Bar heaters or whatever. Instead of $1,500, I bought a Chinese version, and I've used it a couple of times. It's great. Definitely, oh good, everything's check up, that's good. But yeah, everything with this heater is really good. I'm happy with it. Unfortunately, there's not like, I'll show you all the, turn this around. It's a little dusty. That sunlight on there. There's not really like, that's the only temperature you get, is like what the temperature is in the truck or at the module here. But there's no, like, that's the power. There's the volts the truck has. I have no idea what that means. I wonder if that's like sea level, how high you are above sea level. Those are error codes, and that's like, you can set the time. But there's not like the 2.5 hertz, I guess, is your power. There's not like a high fan, low fan, medium fan. Like this is, you can go all the way up to, it goes all the way up to like 5.5. And that's the power. So how hot you want it basically is that. So you have to kind of figure that out. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty sweet. Everything starts spinning, showing you that it's all working. Make sure it's in focus here. Focus. But yeah, you kind of, once the fuel pump starts pumping, it'll show a little fuel pump down here in the left hand corner. And it also came with a key fob, like a little remote. It's this thing right here. So I can turn it on and off and adjust the the temperature from the key fob, which is nice. But what's going on, Dan? So yeah, it's gonna get hot in here in a minute. But that's where I wound up putting it. Just kind of cut a hole in the wood and the carpet down there. And this little dial turns, so you can kind of adjust the where you want to aim it. I just have all this down here for like right now. But I have to do a little better. I got so much stuff in here. Yeah, that's the bunk heater. That's where I installed it. Had to cut a hole underneath here, roughly 4x4 at the bottom. I'll show you that, guys, here in a minute. But yeah, the intake for the air is right there. Then blows out the hot air there. It's blowing right now. It takes a minute to get fired up, warmed up, but other than that, it works good. I'm gonna turn it off though, because it's gonna get hot. Oh, I'll go outside and show you guys this actual. It's a beautiful day here today. So yeah, this is I'll show you the hole I had to drill. I put caulking up in here, and this is just kind of, I put it there to keep it so it would dry. But cut the hole under there, ran the exhaust, which is this. This is the intake for like the clean air for the engine in there, basically. Little fuel line, the fuel pump lines, and then the power and ground, all that good stuff. Yeah, I had this is the old system that was here. I put a new hose on it and just put the new fuel pump on it, and yeah, luckily I already had it tapped into the tank from when I had one on here originally. And then this is the exhaust. I don't know if I want to cut it and just have it pointed straight out, or like just point it down, or what, but I know it drips. I just haven't cut it yet. And then I had to buy this exhaust. It was 200 centimeters. You can see it runs all the way back in there. But yeah, I had to buy another exhaust because the one that came with it is only 2 feet long, so it wasn't the greatest option. It just kind of dumped under the bunk. But yeah, all right, reserve, be good. Let me catch up with these comments here. Oh, yeah, over the road's great, except for you're away from your family all the time, which sucks. Let's see here. Did I get the moisture off the floor? Yeah, I haven't seen any issues as far as like water under the wood or anything like that. Everything's been good. Let's see here. Catch up with these comments. What's up, Chi-Town? It's been a while. You still working on your channel? Oh yeah, I'm ready for a snow day now that it seems like winter is gone. But I left my AC at home that normally sits over in front of the passenger seat. Left all that at home. So I'm like, I don't need it in the summer or in the winter. It's gonna be cold. I don't need the AC, so I just leave it in the garage. But it's all good. Oh, I know. I was talking to Dan earlier. He was up in. Let's go to Montana. No, I'm good. I'm not going to Montana. I'm not doing that. What's his name? Who was it? Kevin. I don't know why I had a hard time with that. Auto Kev is up in Wisconsin. He said it's like 46 degrees. It's kind of wild for this time of year. It's a little warm. What's going on, Aaron? Oh, the weather is nice. That's good. It's nice that it get a break. I gotta wash the truck. I'm gonna do that later today. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything like acid washed. Have them use brightener. Just brighten everything. And then yeah, just start over with all the polish because it's gone, so I might as well just get it all cleaned up, straightened up. But yeah, let me know what y'all think of that bunk heater. So far, in my opinion, it worked great. I love it. It was when I first hooked it up, I don't know if I grounded something out or did something wrong, but it kept showing that I was getting 18 volts, and I'm like, there's no way it's getting 18 volts. So it was throwing an error code and it wouldn't work. So I just unhooked everything, kind of uninstalled it and then reinstalled it. And yeah, I don't know what I did wrong, but I put it all back together and it works great. It'll blow hot though. Good gosh, will it blow hot. Well, if you're getting, Dan, if you're getting a new truck with an APU, then you might not have one of these bunk heaters. You might have a regular like heater with the APU, but then again, you might have one of these built in with your APU. They work great. Just don't set anything in front of them because they will heat things up. I know a girl that when I used to work at Equity, they left their belt, like took their pants off in front of the bed and just left the belt buckle on the floor in front of the heater, and then she stepped on it in the morning and it just burned the crap out of her foot. Just like cooked that belt buckle. Oh, nice, in the 60s. Man, that's nice. Still 30 in New Hampshire. Yeah, that's why I don't go up there. I don't like it when it gets that cold. It's just stupid. It's too cold. It's hard on everything. What am I talking about? I got a 42,000 some pound load right now that I don't like doing either. It is what it is. At least you guys don't have the salt up there in New Hampshire like they do in Michigan. I don't know what's Michigan's, their deal is. Buy a brand new vehicle in Michigan, like 2 years later, quarter fender's gone. I don't get it. But the roads are terrible. So. Oh yeah, -2. Yeah, that's cold. That's really cold, Dan. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a heat wave. It's gonna be cold here soon. I mean, I got the windows down here. That's nice. I could probably take this hoodie off and be all right. Y'all ever delivered to this Little Rock Coca-cola? Because I've been here for like 45 minutes now, and I'm not even at the dock. I'm still sitting here waiting to get called into the dock. So if this ends, it's because they called me to get into the dock. But look at that. I got a magnet. Oh man. Right next to it's like the fire department. I'll show you guys this. So there's I can turn the camera around. I can do that. There's like the fire department here. And then there's the bomb squad truck that's staged, like ready to go. So Chi-Town, I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas. Here at the Coca-cola. It's exciting. It's fun stuff going on here. Arkansas, that's right. So what's the new training like for the experiences? What do you mean, like how does it shift? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, Mark, the Michigan salt is terrible. It eats anything. When we were up there doing that run, when the truck broke down, the transmission went down, my wife is like, forget Corona, I got to get this thing washed, get our pickup truck washed, because the rust is worse than the Corona up here. But man, it shifts great. I don't have an issue with it. I love it. I got a little more low end power, or as far as like a little lower gear, a little easier to pull out of, like the low end, obviously taking off a little easier. The top end, I don't even use 13th gear. It's just, I don't go that fast. I can do 75, 78 in 12th gear and still have plenty of RPM left in that gear, and I just don't use 13th. It's just too fast. I don't need it. But Yeah, at least it's a beautiful day here. We don't have to. It's not pouring down rain or anything, freezing, which is nice. But, man, I know I'm gonna have to cook something. I'm gonna have to eat. That was the magnet. That wasn't me, by the way. I got trucks just lining up out here. What do they like the? What do you mean the throughway? I know what the throughway is, but what do you mean like it's bad? Just with the salt and everything. But I don't like New York. I don't like New York. I don't like the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I just don't. You pay way too much money for all them turnpikes, and they don't take care of them. Ohio Turnpike is like the only turnpike that I've had experience with that is actually in good shape because they take care of it. Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's working great. I mean, it's doing good, and I like it here versus like when it was up a little higher. So, yeah, Dan, that's crazy. So let me tell you guys, I'm gonna kind of talk about Dan for a minute. Scale blowing gear. That's about right. Yeah. Dan tested at a facility. He's been training at a trucker school for 5 weeks now, and then they have a designated like test truck that nobody's allowed to drive. You're not allowed to mess with it. It's like you can walk around it and look at it, but other than that, it's a test truck only, and it's completely different than the rest of the trucks they test in. Because at these schools they use all these crappy little, like old beat up Columbias and Internationals, just trucks that they've been given hell. So they use those to test in or to train and practice in, and then and then on the test day, it's like a whole different truck, and you're not allowed to practice in it. And I'm just like, that's messed up. That's not right. But you don't get to test in that or practice in that test. What do you guys think about that? Because it's a whole different truck. It's a different. Was it I think you said it was a day cab. They tested a day cab with a 10-speed, and it just shifts different. Like they train them. His school was talking about they teach them to take off in third gear with a trailer behind them, and then you get in. Then they're like, well, if you take off in third gear in that new truck, it's going to stall on you. So they have to like retrain for a new idea of how to take off, and it's like, we'll start off in first. That's what you need to do, anyways. But yeah, what do you think of the whole idea of practicing on like a certain kind of equipment, and then you have to test out on a whole different kind of truck, and that just sucks. Man, the sea salt. I bet the roads taste great out there, though. At least they're using salt like from the sea instead of like a chemical that they make. But yeah, see, I tested when I tested at RE West, or I practiced there, went to school there, did their little training program that they had. I drove, like, the first truck I drove was like a 1970 something white GMC. It's an old truck. And then like once I learned kind of how to drive the old truck, then they put me in like a Columbia or an International Pro Star, and just kind of went from there. But I tested on the same kind of equipment that I trained in, so it wasn't like new to me, which I think is kind of unfair. It's like this company's supposed to set you up to succeed, especially you're paying $5,000, $6,000 to this company for this training program, and then they're like, nah, you can't use that equipment. That you're going to test on that, but we don't have anything like it, but you're going to test on that. I just kind of pissed me off for him. That's my thing, but as long as it's not an automatic, I'm cool with it. Yeah, I don't really want an automatic. I wouldn't want to test in it. They taught me to start in second gear no matter what, unless you are under a load, and then first. See, I start out in first. If I'm going slow enough, it's first. That's just kind of it forms up. when it rains out of the spring. Oh geez, yeah, I could see that being an issue. I've always started out, like if I'm bobtail, I might start out in like second, but generally I'm first gear. That's just kind of how I do it. It's always go to first gear, and yeah. 6 hours to get loaded. Goodness gracious. Yeah, no, I'm not in Illinois. I'm in Arkansas, and I hope that it doesn't take that long. I mean, it took them 5 hours to get me loaded, or 6 hours to get me loaded. Just that sucked. But I got 2 cases of water out of it, so it paid for itself. We're good. I got 2 cases of like $3-something each. We're good. I think we're square. Not really. Yeah, I don't understand, man. Like, it's frustrating. The most frustrating part about trucking, besides like the truck stop prepaid parking and all that kind of crap and the outrageous prices, is the fact that we can get fined from the customer if we're early or if we're late. They can reschedule the load for whenever they want. If we're 5 minutes late, they can, nope, you can deliver it on Wednesday next week. They can do that. But I can sit here, I can be here on time, and it can take them 7-8 hours to unload me, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's absolutely no accountability held for these shippers, receivers. And then you run out of hours, and they can't figure out why guys are running, 2 paper logs, or, they're pissed off about ELDs. It's because of this. That this is the kind of crap that sucks. We waste a whole day on this, and they're just like, sorry, have a good day. Get off my property. And then they have no overnight parking. They have no facilities for you to use. It's frustrating. It sucks. So I guess get ready to sit and wait. What do you do for your clock? Is that considered on duty? I'm not doing anything work related. I'm sitting here in the sleeper berth, so I can technically be in the sleeper berth. I'm just waiting. From what I understand, like the difference between off duty and sleeper berth is like off duty, you're at home, you're not with the truck. Sleeper berth is you're with the truck and you're in the sleeper berth, because the DOT, I guess, can have a heyday with that. Like, oh, you're doing your 10-hour break in your sleeper, but you logged it as off duty, and you're not off duty. You are in the sleeper berth. So it's gonna be like falsifying logs. The fire truck. But like on duty, like you're supposed to be on duty to get unloaded and all that, because of your timestamp and all that. Like when they sign your bills and all that, you're supposed to be on duty. But I'll change it on duty after I get everything taken care of and basically get out. So where does my wastewater go? Like for my sink? Is that what you're asking about? That drains onto the ground, because it's just like from where I wash my hands or brush my teeth, stuff like that. So it's just gray water. It can be poured out on the ground. But I generally don't, like, I'll wash my dishes, stuff like that, but I try not to do it at like a customer's parking lot or in their dock or stuff like that, because they kind of get a little weirded out about that. But yeah, it just drains out on the ground. It's just where I wash my hands, brush my teeth, wash the dishes, stuff like that, clean out my coffee cup, just, yeah. But yeah, that's it. I've had people ask me about that, like, oh, you need to contain that because that's considered hazardous. I'm like, no, it's not human waste. It's just gray water. You can dump that. That's fine. Plus, with everybody dumping their piss out in the parking lot and like throwing their piss bottles out, I think a little soapy water might be all right. But the sink it's actually a very simple setup. I did a video on it. If you guys like to watch that. It's literally like a $24 water pump from Amazon, a 3-gallon jug from Walmart, and a sink. And you just plumb it all with some hoses, and yeah, pretty simple. Definitely a huge benefit for places like you stop at a rest area. I can wash my hands, I can clean my coffee cup, I can do all that. I don't have to always rely on a truck stop to to do things like that. You're right, JC. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are. I mean, I've seen guys underneath their trailers just taking a crap. It's like, really, dude? Like, really? That's the best place you could think of for that. And then, I mean, then the guys are like, "Oh, Walmarts don't like truckers anymore." Well, yeah, because you guys throw your trash out. I know a guy that he'd crap in a bag and he'd just throw it outside of his window in the Walmart parking lot. I'm like, dude, like, go inside, or at least throw it away with the rest of your trash. Don't just throw it away on the freaking ground. It's insane. Why, like, truckers can't figure out why people don't like us. It's because as an overall group of people, we are a nasty group of people. And obviously there's the exception to that, but in a whole, I mean, truckers are nasty and it just sucks. No, it's not that far of a walk. I mean, it's one thing if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you have to hit like an off ramp and take care of business, because I've done that, but it doesn't get thrown down onto the ground. That's just wrong. I don't think that, but you're good, man. It's all good. I don't mind sharing whatever I got going on here. It's pretty basic. I mean, it's literally I just ripped out everything out of the truck and just kind of started over and tried to maximize the space in here. With the top bunk, I used to have like the fridge on the top bunk, and yeah, like at a truck stop, man, like, go inside of the truck stop. Like, what's your problem? But I used to have like my microwave and my fridge and all my stuff stored on the top bunk, but that takes away so much room in your truck because you can't stand up anymore because you got the top bunk down and you only have this little small cubicle to stand up in. So once I ripped everything out, I mean, there's a whole lot of space back there now. And I can sit on the couch and just look out, watch TV, whatever I need to do. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just sit back here and relax. It's a whole lot nicer than sit in my seat. But this way I have to hold the phone. Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, it's just an 07 Classic. There's nothing fancy about the truck itself other than, I mean, I have a little bit of craftsmanship here, I guess, maybe. Some people wouldn't call it that, but yeah, just putting the countertop in here and the fridge and just kind of making things a little better. I mean, we're in the truck for, a long time, and it sucks because when you have a bed, let me do this. When you have a bed, your bed stops like right here. So all you have to stand up, to change, to do whatever is this little area. There's not a whole lot of room. So I gain all of that room. Plus, when the family's with me, I can fold this down. It folds into the full-size bed, and yeah, there we go. So, I mean, that makes a bed, which is nice. And then there's still room to walk here with that bed. And I'll push this seat forward and like lean it forward so you have a little more leg room, because obviously it's only 72 inches. But I mean, with that bed up there and then this one, there's plenty of room. It's just nice. I need two hands to put that up, so I'm not going to do that right now. My nose I keep getting the sniffles. Oh. I appreciate it, JC. And Kenneth. Yeah, I enjoy it. Oh, the British are coming. The British are here. What's going on, Mark? Do I actually watch TV, or do you use YouTube or on Netflix on TV? I do watch the TV. The problem is the Wi-Fi. Like, if I pay for like the monthly Wi-Fi, that's not them. if I pay for the Wi-Fi at like a Love's or a TA where it's actually strong enough versus trying to like hotspot my phone to the TV or to the Amazon Fire Stick, then I'll watch the TV. But generally, I watch it on my phone or on my tablet. So, oh, Pepsi in Denver. What do you like, Pepsi or Coke better? I think all these big places like this are. Well, you got Nestle, you got Coke, Pepsi, Quaker. All of these huge companies just take complete advantage of our time, and it sucks. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I told the broker, I was like, I didn't realize this was Coke when I booked it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken it. I wouldn't have done this load. Because I was supposed to get offloaded first thing this morning, but that didn't happen because my time got screwed up from them taking so long to get me loaded. But Pepsi all the way. What's going on, Mark? How's everything down there in the south doing? 'Cause I know you're trucking around down there. I'm sure it's hot. It's warm up here. I don't even know what the temperature is, but I know it's warm. 70 degrees, blue skies in Mississippi. Nice. Nice. That is, I'm sure that's really nice. Living the dream. Oh. But yeah, my truck is, my wife put a lot of work into the dash, and she wants me to get a blue steering wheel. What do you guys think of that? She thinks like that, like a metallic blue. I think it's metallic. She thinks that would look really good with the red. I should have done that when I got the white one, but so yeah, I'm just hanging out. I'm sure it's gonna be a couple hours yet before I'm done. Blue Forever Sharp. See, I got that black Forever Sharp. Right on. Well, take it easy, Chi-Town. Be careful out there. Be good. I think the red and blue would look good together. Oh, you want to hear it run? It's just there's nothing fancy to it. I'm sure y'all can hear that, right? There you go. Just Detroit 12.7. Yeah, no problem. Just Pittsburgh Power Mufflers. It's pre-emission motor. Nothing fancy to it. It's other than the mufflers, but they're, good God, they're 6 years old. They need to be replaced. But I don't want to replace the mufflers. And yeah, 0 to 60 in 27 seconds. It's probably longer than that with the way I drive. The mufflers are like 6 years old, but I don't want to replace them because the cost of doing that and all that it's a good comparison to the cost of getting a set of stacks, and I just like to just get stacks on here instead. Get some 7-inch pipes, straight pipes, elbows, all that good stuff. That'd be nice. But all in due time. Yeah, the turbos are, the turbo on this thing sounds amazing. I think it has something to do with the air filters and the mufflers. It definitely sounds good. At least it doesn't spool at idle, because I've seen a lot of them that'll, like the Cummins, they just sit there and spool at idle. I got boost, just sitting there and it's ready to go. But mine sounds like a Tesla semi. Come on now, you're the one driving a Cascadia. It's like one step away from a girl truck. I'm just kidding. At least it's not automatic, right? He's not in here. He must be trucking. I don't know what he's doing. But it's a little fun there. My owner operated with Landstar. Yeah, I own the truck. I'm leased onto Landstar, so I run there. Like I pick freight off of there, and just run loads off the load board. I put transmission fluid in your fuel, and why is that? Transmission fluid, automatic transmission fluid, is a detergent, so it's a very good cleaner for your injectors. Kind of cleans all that crap out of your injectors. It's when I change my fuel filter, I will drain it all the way down, and I'll put 2 quarts of automatic transmission fluid, and I say it's a fuel filter. It's the water fuel separator. So I'll do that, and then it runs rough for a few seconds, and it doesn't want to quite get it there, but then it just kind of flushes everything out of the injectors and keeps them clean. I've done it in like my race cars, my drift cars that I've had. I'll get it down to like 1/8 of a tank of fuel, and I'll put in like a 1/2 gallon of automatic transmission fluid into the fuel tank, and just kind of run that, for a few miles, and then I'll fill it back up. But yeah, transmission fluid, it's an old hack. Transmission fluid is like a really good detergent. I've even dumped, y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, the race cars to eliminate all the carbon buildup in your intake or your exhaust valves and all that stuff. I've taken ice cold water, and you get your engine, I've done it in a gas car, I've never done it in semi. You take ice cold water and you dump it slowly into your intake. Yeah, it'll start smoking. It'll just be dumping all that carbon buildup out of your off your valves and all of that. Yeah, it's another old school like racing hack to kind of clean the engine out instead of doing their brake cleaner and all that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty neat. But no, I'm not empty. I told you I'd tell you when I'm empty. I'm sitting here waiting. Hang on, guys. Yeah, the transmission fluid, it's just a really good detergent. It'll clean everything out. So that's what I do anytime I change my fuel filter. I'll do that. And I notice like at the TA, or when you get an oil change done somewhere, they'll change that filter, but they only drain it down to the bottom of the bulb. So there's still all that stuff sitting in the bulb or in the bottom of that pan or whatever that is still has all the junk and stuff in it. So I just drain all that down, and I'll spray brake cleaner in it, dump it all out, and just clean out the whole thing, put a new filter in and transmission fluid. What do you mean, how do you got? I don't know what you're asking. Yeah, any tricks I got, man. My wife told me not to call them pro tips, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not a professional. I'm a specialist. I'm a freight relocation specialist. I'm not a trucker. That sounds cool for like 5 seconds. And then you have to explain what you actually do. It's like, oh, that sounds really neat. What do you do? I drive a truck. Oh, okay. Yeah. I like to walk. I do a lot of walking. But I have enough room in here on the floor that I can actually like lay down and do sit-ups. I can do push-ups. I can do stuff like that, do crunches, whatever I need to do. A truck practitioner. That's about right. Yeah, it upset me too. But he said he was going to take care of it. He texted me a few times and was like, give me the cost of whatever it is, and send me the receipts for the truck wash. So I sent him all the receipts, and it came up to like $75. But he's like, all right, I'll get it to you. I was like, I got Venmo or PayPal. And he's like, well, I don't have either of those. Do you have the Cash App or this? And I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, well, I'll figure something out for you. And that's the last I heard from him. So I'm like, whatever. And I was talking to my wife, and I'm like, I feel not guilty, but I feel bad about leaving such a crappy review. The truck whisperer. Transportologist. Y'all are crazy. I felt bad, or because like I don't like to be mean. I don't like to leave that kind of mark on people. It just, that's not me. I can be a troll certainly, but I don't like to just be like, oh, this place sucks, don't ever go here. It's just not what I like to do. But I felt bad for a while. I'm like, well, I mean, he said he was gonna pay me back, and he apologized, and maybe I should change my view, like change my video, just do something like that. And then I never heard from him again. And Jennifer's like, well, yeah, don't change it. I understand what you mean, but yeah, I give the benefit of the doubt too much. You're absolutely right. Um, but oh well. So my view still stands. I think they did a good job as far as the work goes on the transmission, but um, they could have done things a little better. I think because online, if you look at the reviews on his page, it says I think it was $95 an hour if I remember correctly, and then 125 like for after hours work. Well, all of my hours billed were 125, and it's just kind of like this. If you worked all of those hours after hours, my truck would have been done a week ago. So, um, yeah, it's just a lot of things I didn't like, and it's funny because I told him from the get-go, I'm like, man, you sound like a really honest dude. I'm looking forward to working with you, and I was like, I have a YouTube channel. I was like, it's not a big channel, but I still have a channel. I'm going to talk about this, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. It doesn't matter. I'm going to talk about it. And he's like, yeah, man, no problem. And I was like, maybe after it's all said and done, we'll do like a little interview, and maybe get you some more business. And so I was all down, like ready to help this guy. Like, obviously I don't have a huge channel. I don't have, but I still have some sort of platform. And I'm like, well, maybe I can send other truckers your way if you do me right. And that's kind of, and I wasn't asking for anything special. I just expected an honest, good job, and I didn't get that. So it really upset me that I even gave him like a heads up of what's gonna happen, and he still just was like, screw it, I don't care. And he left before I got the truck back, and it just, big fire truck there. There's a bunch of them rolling out here. They don't have their lights on. I wonder where they're going. Oh, I blew the horn. But yeah, just hold on. A copper wants to talk to me back in a minute. Oh boy, what'd you do? Speed this time? A copper. I think that's funny. A coppers. Oh, to lunch. Oh, that's where they're going, is to lunch. Probably. Hey, that's all good. I don't care personally if they drive their trucks around like the emergency people, because if they're at lunch, they're going to leave lunch to go to work if they get that call. So I don't care. They can drive the fire trucks around and go to work or go to lunch, whatever. That just means they'd be closer. They don't have to go back to the station to get their equipment, then go take care of business. But yeah, guys, hanging out at Coca-Cola, waiting to get unloaded. It's gonna be a while. This sucks, but what are you gonna do? I can't call and complain. I better not go there. I can't do that. Nope. I can't complain. I just have to kind of deal with it, and it sucks. This is the worst part of trucking in general, is getting shafted from the shippers and receivers. At least Ratman doesn't have to worry about that. He gets his own freight from his own business. Do 500 jumping jacks. That's a lot of jumping jacks. That is a lot of jumping jacks. Yeah, this just isn't any fun. But hey, it's all good. No big deal. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna get off here, guys. I'm gonna talk to the wife and yeah, go from there. So you guys be good out there. Be safe. It's good chit chatting with you guys. Feel free to hit me up on Instagram, and whoa, what's going on? Oh, he wanted you to move. Walmart told him to park there. And they say we will call you, but don't go to sleep. Yeah, be safe out there, Mark. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit, or at least you, Mark. And y'all be safe out there. Appreciate you joining here, and like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And follow me on Instagram if you got Instagram, Nomad.trucker. And yeah, feel free to send me an email if you got questions about trucking, about Landstar, about any of it really. My email's in the description, and yeah, send me a message on Instagram or whatever. Doesn't matter. Hit me up. It's all good. Be safe, Dan, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all be good. Love one another. Love your families. Let them know you love them. And till next time, y'all be good.